Design and Technology, Unit 2, Module 1, Design Technologies, Part 1A1. Learning Objectives. At the end of this lesson, students should be able to 1. Describe the three main pillars that influence the sustainability of a business or design. 2. Recognize ISO Sustainable Development Standards related to the three main pillars. 3. Explain the social impact of a sustainable business. And 4. Explain the environmental impact of a sustainable business. Sustainability main pillars. There are generally three main pillars that influences the sustainability of a business or design. These are the social impact, the environmental impact, and the economic impact. ISO Sustainable Development Goals. It's important to note that the social, environmental, and economic impacts are directly aligned to the International Organization for Standardization, the ISO, list of Sustainable Development Goals. Now, there are 17 such goals. What we'll be doing in this presentation is to identify those goals that are directly aligned to the three main pillars. Let's look at social impact, the first of the three. Social impact can be defined as the performance of a sustainable business, be it goods or services, in relation to societies and social justice. It entails the respect of individuals and other businesses encountered locally and around the world. The social impact of business operations can be viewed both internally and externally. As such, it ensures that the entire operations of a business are both socially responsible and ethical across the supply chain. Now, the social impact, as was indicated earlier, is directly aligned to ISO Sustainable Development Goals such as Goal number 8, which looks at decent work and economic growth. This goal is geared to promote sustained, inclusive, and sustainable economic growth, full and productive employment, and decent work for all. It also incorporates Goal number 10, which looks at reduce inequalities. This goal focuses on inequality within and among countries. Let's turn our attention now to internal social impact. Internally, the social impact of a business often refers to practices related to employees and employment with the business. It includes such items as the practices and policies of the business as it relates to the working conditions, diversity in hiring, opportunities for the advancement of women and minorities, the lack of discrimination, the provision of affordable health care and other necessary benefits, matters such as wages, breaks from work, adherence to employment laws, safety at the workplace, training and development, and numerous other special labor practices. External social impact. Now, a sustainable business will make reasonable efforts to ensure its policies, practices, products, advertising, logo, and other aspects of the business are not offensive or disrespectful to clients in the global marketplace. The labor practices and working conditions of companies within its supply chain should ensure that the supplies and products it purchases are produced responsibly and ethically. Continuing with external social impact, this includes making reasonable efforts to ensure that purchasing is done with suppliers who are not involved in child labor or other human rights abuses. and so it takes into consideration the deliberate sourcing of fair trade products from certified external entities. This approach assures that fair and ethical employment practices were used in the creation of products and that active wages were paid to producers. Let us look at the second pillar, which is environmental impact for sustainable businesses. Now, this term refers to the process used by a business to preserve the quality of the environment. It is directly aligned to the ISO Sustainable Development Goals, such as Goal number 6, which focuses on clean water and sanitation. This is geared to ensure availability and sustainable management of water and sanitation for all. It is also aligned to Goal number 7, which looks at affordable and clean energy. Now, this standard ensures access to affordable, reliable, sustainable, and modern energy for all. And finally, environmental impact aligns to Goal number 12, which looks at reasonable consumption and production. This standard focuses on reducing the environmental impact, promoting the use of renewable sources of energy, and encouraging responsible purchasing decisions. Let's now look at internal environmental impact. Internally, environmental impact relates to the use of natural resources, waste, toxicity, and pollution often generated during production. For example, manufacturing companies usually have high environmental impact, and so guidelines are used to reduce waste, toxicity, and pollution within their goods manufacturing process. Now, in order to mitigate the impact of pollutants created during production, the ISO 14000 guidelines is used. This guideline informs firms on environmental practices and offers great assistance to goods producers. Here ends is part of the presentation. In our next presentation, we'll be looking at external environmental impact and take a walk in looking at the economic impact for the sustainability of a business. These are my references. Thank you.